So here we go. Hello, Zemalf here, and I'll be your gameplay commentator through this Let's Play of Jagged Alliance 2. I'm playing and streaming this on Twitch every Saturday until the playthrough is done. Jagged Alliance 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. And in my opinion, Jagged Alliance 2 is the best turn-based tactical combat game that still exists to this day. Many games have tried, but not single one of them kinda captures everything that Jagged Alliance 2 does. For me, the biggest perks of this game, why it is so great, is first of all the tactical combat, the turn-based system of it. I love the action point system of Jagged Alliance 2. Jagged Alliance 2 is very, very non-linear, even more so than Jagged Alliance 1 was. Basically, Jagged Alliance 2 is like Jagged Alliance 1, but everything amplified and improved a lot. Jagged Alliance 2 has, I think, over 200 sectors, and then also the like 20, 30 or so subterranean sectors. Jagged Alliance 2 has over 60, I don't remember the exact number, over 60 characters, all voiced, with different portraits, with different stats, but most importantly, all unique as characters, with their own likes, dislikes, voices, comments. It's fantastic. Probably, not probably, but this is the best game I have ever played with pre-made characters. Like in every RPG I play, I always want to create my own characters. Then maybe I get some companions and such. But in this one, in Jagged Alliance 2, the myself that I will, well, not myself, but the character I will create, the I.M.P, is actually the most boring character in the game, because it's just generic dude or girl. But so yeah, somewhere in there is why I think this game is one of the best games ever made, and the best turn-based tactical combat game still in 2021. I am playing this version of Jagged Alliance 2 called Jagged Alliance 2 Stracciatella, which is cross-platform executable for Jagged Alliance 2, and the data files I'm using are from GOG. I think here at the very beginning, in addition to me telling why Jagged Alliance 2 is the best game ever made, I think it's good to look a bit on the history of Jagged Alliance 2. Which also explains why we have such things as Jagged Alliance 2 Stracciatella, and why we have the best modded version of a game ever made, Jagged Alliance 2 version 1.13 mod. Which I'm not playing on this first playthrough. I will get to the reasons in just a moment. So what happened to Jagged Alliance 2? Jagged Alliance 2 was released in 1999 or 2000, following the Jagged Alliance and Jagged Alliance Deadly Games that were made in 94-96 era, that I have already played. If you missed those playthroughs, you can find them on my YouTube channel. Jagged Alliance 2 was highly praised when it was released, and as said, it is not only by me but by many considered the very best turn-based strategy / tactical combat game ever made. But sadly, Surtech Canada, that published or made Jagged Alliance 2, went bankrupt in 2003. And all kinds of remakes and such have more or less not reached the potential of Jagged Alliance 2. But because of that bankrupt, Jagged Alliance 2 source code was released in 2004? 2004, I think. And because the source code was published, that made it possible for Jagged Alliance 2 1.13 mod to become reality. So 1.13 mod, which I'm not playing, I'm repeating that a couple of times on this first playthrough. It changed more or less every aspect of the game, at least a little bit, and introduced a lot of features. That's one of the reasons why I'm not playing that on this first playthrough, on record. But as said, 1.13 mod is probably the best modded version of a game ever made. And very likely we will be seeing that on the channel as well. Jagged Alliance 2 Stracciatella was, and this I'm reading from the Stracciatella website. Stracciatella was first created in 2006, and the first development cycle, if you will, was for 2006 to 2013 by Tron, who just took it to modernize and improve Jagged Alliance 2 without altering its gameplay. So that's the difference between Stracciatella and 1.13 mod. Stracciatella does not alter the gameplay, which is the #1 reason why I'm playing Stracciatella for this first playthrough and not 1.13 mod, which I have played a lot. During the years, the Stracciatella was on a hiatus, and it was not much was done to it, but it was kind of continued again in 2013, and even more so in 2016. And at the time I'm recording this in April 2021, Stracciatella's last release was at the end of 2020. So there has been like there was like 100 bug fixes in the latest release in 2020. Another reason why this is actually a pretty damn good version. So what you can do is get the data files of Jagged Alliance 2, for example, from GOG or even Steam, and then you can use the Stracciatella to run Jagged Alliance on almost any platform, including Linux, Android, anything you want. But yes, Jagged Alliance 2 as close to vanilla experience as I can, while having support for higher resolutions. That's why I'm playing Jagged Alliance 2 Stracciatella and not the incredible 1.13 mod. I hope you will enjoy this playthrough as much as I enjoy playing it. When I started making Let's Play videos on YouTube in 2011, I made a list of games that I want to Let's Play. And Jagged Alliance 2 was on the very top of that list. And it has taken me 10 years to actually do this. So I'm excited, and I'm a little bit nervous as well, because I want to highlight one of my favorite games, one of the best games ever made, as well as I can. But on the other hand, I will also just have fun with this game. I will play probably more honest Ironman than I did in Jagged Alliance 1 and Jagged Alliance Deadly Games playthroughs, so we will be reloading as little as possible. If Mercs die, Mercs die. So we'll see how it goes. So let's begin. And also, hello to all of you who joined there in the chat while I was doing that intro. I wanted to do some sort of intro for the part 1 for YouTube. So if you are there watching the part 1 on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. I hope you will enjoy this, and do put the likes and comments and all those below. You know what to do. Let's start a new game. I'll be playing with normal weapons. Tons of Guns is really good, but I kinda like the simplicity of the normal.
Blood Carrot gifted a tier 1 sub to PEPE 9764.
Hey, Blade Carrot, thank you so much for gifting a sub. And thanks for the follow, Nameless. Thank you so much, guys. So, I'm playing this one on normal weapons. Like, Tons of Guns is really fun, but it also creates a little bit of complexity with the variety of the weapons. For this playthrough, I will play realistic. The sci-fi adds some really cool gameplay that I will not spoil, just in case someone hasn't played that. But for this first playthrough of this game on my channel, I will do realistic. I will play save anytime, simply because while Stracciatella is extremely stable, I do want to save whenever I take a break and so on, so that we don't lose progress. Also, Stracciatella does add Dead is Dead mode, so that you literally can't load previous saves. On Ironman, you can actually load the previous save still before it saves a new one. The difficulty level is a tricky one. I kinda really want to play on Expert, but this game is really hard on Expert. So I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think here watching on Twitch? Expert or experienced? Because what the Expert does, it adds like ton of enemies into the sectors, and some sectors just become like super hard with Expert.
Yes. Happy weekend, everyone.
Hey Redact, thank you so much for the resub. Big cheers, man. Yeah. As I'm kind of leaning on the first comments you guys are throwing, so I think we'll go with experienced. Because while Expert kind of keeps the difficulty towards the end of the game better, it is also a little bit of a chore to go through all the enemies that the Expert throws at. So let's go with experienced. I almost always play the games I play on the hardest possible difficulty, but I think we'll have more fun playing this on experience, because it's still very hard. Especially because I will be doing kind of an honest Ironman on this one. As I said, more so than in Jagged Alliance 1 or Deadly Games, where I kind of freely reloaded. Hey Redact, thanks for the cheer as well. So let's go with this. Experienced, normal, realistic. This will also leave us some things to explore in the non-first playthroughs. Let's go.
Approaching waypoint, Charlie. Left column, please advise. Left column, please advise.
Also, the game's original resolution is right there. I think it's like 640 x 480 or something. I'm playing this on 1280 by 720, and then it's scaled to the 1080p for record. we can very much see how much things changed in the 5 years after Jagged Alliance 1. But also the cinematics look very 1999, which is fine, but yeah.
I was happy to hear you have decided to take the assignment. No doubt your inquiries have shown that I, Enrico Chivaldori, speak the truth. In the past 10 years, since killing my father and framing me, my wife has inflicted great suffering upon my people. Those that may be of value to her are imprisoned, beaten, and tortured. The old, the sick, even infants with birth defects are removed swiftly from the population. Now it is time to remove her. I have brought the money you requested. It is everything I have. However, Arulco is full of gold and silver, and you might be able to convince the miners to help us in the struggle. There also exists a small but determined rebel movement. They are led by a man named Miguel Cordona. If you can locate Miguel, I have written a letter for you to give him. I believe he will accept you and prove to be an invaluable ally. I wish you luck, my friend.
Man, I love that in the intro they actually opened the laptop. So yes, I am playing this game on 1280 x 720, but the interface part of the game does not scale. So also one of the reasons why I chose to play with this resolution instead, something like 1440p. And this is also even with this resolution, this is a little bit small on my screen. Maybe I should change my resolution of my monitor for the future. But let's go with this today. Okay, so the game gives you help here. So with the I.M.P site, we will be using 3,000 of our money. That's creating the custom character. In the vanilla, you can create one of those ones. If you are playing with something like 1.13 mod, you can create as many as you want, or as many as you have money for, I guess. When a Fallout 1 and 2 playthrough, we'll see. Those are also in the list of games I definitely want to let's play, but that list is long. Number of programs to help to organize your vacation in Arulco. So that's our mission, to free Arulco. And in order to do that, we will be hiring some mercenaries, just like we did in Jagged Alliance 1. And let's see. I will just click through this to look a bit what the game actually is helping me with. I can also take a look at the history of the Jagged Alliance before this, which is actually a pretty cool aspect as well. Finances, Merc stats. Okay, and the game explains here the stats of the Mercs, health, agility, dexterity, and all that. I find that in Jagged Alliance 2, wisdom is one of the most important stats, because this game is longer in general than, for example, Jagged Alliance 1, where wisdom also helped the Mercs to gain stats while playing, but in this one I think it's even more important. Because the high wisdom characters you get at the beginning, they will level up to be really good ones in the end if you keep them alive. Leadership is used, for example, to train the militia in this game, also important stats. Same skills as before, medical, explosives, mechanical, and marksmanship. And the experience level kind of affecting generic things, including interruptions. I'm not doing a fist bump, I'm dancing. I'm dancing, friends. Ooh. Hey, Needlemaya, thank you so much for supporting me through Patreon. So we have some mails here that kind of happened before that cutscene from Enrico, who's reaching out and asking for help. And we have files in the files information about Arulco, and then the meeting in Prague we witnessed in the opening cinematics. And then, in order to create a custom character, we'll be going through some psychological tests here, or psychological profiling. In 1.13 mod, you can kind of create the character with just selecting the stats, but in the original and also in this one, I think you go through the psychological questions in order to create the character, to get various bonuses. So XEP624 is what we need to remember. And with this special email offer, it's only 3,000. We are saving 2,500 immediately. Nice. Good start. So let's create our custom character first. What was it? XEP624. Yes, the wisdom improves the speed at which they train the other skills. That's why I feel wisdom is important in this game, even more so than it was in Jagged Alliance 1, let alone Jagged Alliance Deadly Games, where it's almost worthless stats. Okay, but let's begin. So I quite rarely do this, but in this game, let's create this guy as myself. As myself, as far as name and nickname goes, not for the psychological profile, I think. Just in case I actually get psycho, which I kinda like in this game. Anyway, maybe, yeah, let's not go there. All right, let's see the questions. Unlike other quizzes that try to get you excited about ink stains on paper, our thorough assessment is designed to elicit the answers that indicate the skills you identify with most strongly. Alright, let's go. When you were a kid, you most wanted to be Bruce Lee, Clint Eastwood, Rocky, Houdini, Terry Bradshaw, the President. This is actually pretty interesting. Should I... Because I kinda know... Well, actually... I was about to say that I kinda know what I need to select if I want to create a specific character. But I think I will just wing this and kinda, for the most part, answer how I would answer. So this character will be more close to me than to any kind of power play. Let's do that. From this character, it's a close tie between Clint Eastwood and Rocky. I think Clint Eastwood. I think Clint is the one from these I wanted to be. Oh wow, that text is small. You are waiting in line at circus watching a punk teenager attempt to throw darts at balloons in order to win a prize. He misses the first 3 shots and pays for more, apparently after a luxurious price. A gold nose ring for his girlfriend. After watching him for 20 minutes, you grow frustrated. You have quite a bit of skill in this game. Okay, that is interesting. I would never watch someone throw darts in a circus for 20 minutes. That's the first answer. But let's see. Yeah, the quiz is for the special abilities, yes. You adjust the stats later. Hey there, Jerome. It is such a good game. Such a good game. Decide to offer him on the spot coaching, skillfully toss the darts, grab him by his chain-wearing neck, and stick his concrete hard pointy purple hair spikes through the gigantic volumes he cannot seem to otherwise hit. I love that answer. Oh man. Kindly ask the game's other attendant if he could possibly spare a moment from his spell pack so that you too could play. Oh man. I think if I would want to go for the psycho route, the 3 would be, but I think I would do the 4, but I would do it much sooner than 20 minutes, but let's go with 4. Hey, so Nataluna, you are very much on time. We are just beginning, and we are just beginning the psychological profiling here. You have just watched someone put $1 million into a locker at the bus station. Amazed that he just walks away, albeit with the key, you find yourself in moral dilemma. Thankfully, it does not last long. Wait, what? What do you mean it doesn't last long? And how do I know it was $1 million? This psychological profiling test is strange. This is probably why I would have hard time doing this kind of test in reality, because I would question all the questions. Wait for the coast to clear, pick the lock, take the money. Clear the coast for yourself. Blow open the locks, follow him under the cover darkness, ambush him. Call the police. Okay, as said, I will not power play this in any way. So I would actually call the police in a situation like this. Suppose you owned a pickup truck and lived in Tennessee. What is the most likely item to be displayed in the rear window? Ah, cool question. Your rack of semi-automatic hunting rifles for those really aggressive deer. A peace sign, the rebel flag, a silhouette of naked woman to complement those on your mud flaps. Comical character with two big old guns and the words "back off" in blood red letters. Okay. For this test, I'm using too much time on this, but this is also kind of fun because it's been a while since I actually played the vanilla and had these questions, so I don't even remember these. So I would most likely, living in Tennessee, actually have hunting rifles there. But from these options, I mean. Yeah. That is also a pretty good choice, like from power gaming point of view, or power play. But yeah, I think I would actually have, in Tennessee, I would actually have a gun in my car. A certain annoying, pathetic, furry, purple dinosaur should be held up as a loving role model for children's morals and values, hung from a tree. Hung from a tree and shot. Hung from a tree, shot, gutted and run over by a Buick. Oh my god, this is horrible. I'm loving this. I actually don't remember these questions. This is this is so good. No, I would never do something like that to a cute furry purple dinosaur. So yeah, let's go with 1. You are alone, asleep in your bed at night when you hear a sound downstairs. You're certain someone is breaking into your house. In the lingering seconds between awakening and your impending heart attack, you reach for the phone and call 911. What would you most likely do next? Scream at the top of your lungs until the vocal cords feel like gravel? Nope. Grab a knife and head downstairs after the intruder? Stay on the phone and hide under the bed. Realizing that you're trapped, you bolt out the nearest exit, even if that means jumping out the second-story window. Grab your gun, begin blowing holes through the floor of your bedroom and yell, "Yeah, come on up and get some of this stuff, guy." Well, maybe it would be part of the family or someone who has a spare key, so I probably wouldn't go with 5. Okay, what would I go with? Well, I would either stay on the phone or I would actually jump out the window, depending on how much I felt in danger. I would probably bolt out the nearest exit. Just get out of here after I did the call. In the middle of a normal day in a large American city, you notice an army surplus store being looted. Thinking, with a decided lack of morals, that this must be a lucky day, you rush inside. There are, however, only 4 things left in the store. You grab one and rush out. Which one do you grab? Okay, I like the setting of this question, because in reality, like for myself, I wouldn't rush in to the store to steal anything. But I like that the game. I like that the test sets me in there, so I can't make that choice. Brand new computer, minus of course the necessary manuals. Complete set of survival knives with the special slicer and dicer attachment kits. Night vision goggles. Bob the night clerk, who is wrapped in duct tape but otherwise okay. Okay. I was thinking about the computer. But actually, like in this situation, I would actually rescue Bob. So again, I'm doing as honest answers for myself as I can find from this. Let's just see what kind of character this becomes. And again, if you are playing the vanilla version, you can select the bonuses you specifically want by selecting certain options, but I'm not doing that. You are applying for a job as a butcher. In an effort to give yourself the edge over other applicants, you demonstrate that you skillfully wield 2 blades at the same time. That sounds like ambidextrous thing. Take a few liberties with your background, such as that high profile and fictional position you held as foreman at Bob's slaughterhouse. Show up well dressed and confident that you are the perfect candidate. Begin practicing prime cuts on neighborhood pets. Oh god, these options are so horrible. If I was applying for a job as a butcher, like normally for a job interview, I would show up well dressed and confident. But I think for a butcher job, because I can't actually wield 2 blades. Well, like skillfully wield. But I think for a butcher job, like, is it that important that you show up well dressed? Confident is actually pretty good. Confident is actually. Let's go with 3. I would probably go with 3. Like, I think the one is also a good option. I think. Begin practicing prime cuts and neighborhood pets. My god. Yeah, let's show up well dressed. Your wife is 3 hours late coming home and hasn't called. You didn't really notice. To be honest, that's the likely answer because I would probably be playing Jagged Alliance 2 or Dwarf Fortress. Tell Candy there's no rush to leave. Assume she's with someone else, no doubt a strapping 18-year-old young buck. Page back and forth in the living room until you wear a path in the carpet. Well, how about calling her if you are worried, you dumbass psychological testing profiling thing? Tell Candy there's no rush. Alright, this is before cell phones, that is true, that is true. We have to remember. Well, 1999, actually it's not before cell phones. I had a cell phone in 1998. Although, that's actually a good question. I don't remember which year this is actually set on. I think it shows a date when we get into the game. I don't think it shows a year. Not sure. If someone remembers, like, is there actually a year this is set, apart from maybe like the 1999? To be 100% honest, I probably wouldn't notice. I would probably be doing something else. No. Actually, I would notice. Actually, I would notice. Now that I started thinking about it, I would. And I'd probably be jealous as well. So I guess the freeze the jealous option. Yeah, like actually thinking about this honestly, I would either just be nervous about it, or I would be a little bit jealous. I think from these options I would be more on the nervous side than on the jealous side. So let's go with 4. You live next door to a college frat house, following weekend after weekend, loud and crazy parties. You decide that yes, you really are too old for this. Really begin to doubt that your wife is having a Rubbermaid party for the boys. Bribe your plumber to hook their septic tank directly into the CO2 system after installing several strategically placed Guinness signs. Love these options. Do nothing, fearing that calling the police would only lead them to do God knows what to your property. Interesting. Well, first of all, kind of the decide that yes, you really are too old for this is kind of what I'm leaning towards. Yeah, I'm just too old for this. And driving to work in your new sports car, you pull up behind a young man in a minivan going approximately -5 miles per hour. You are unable to pass him and in your frustration begin to fantasize. That you press R for rocket launcher, that you could hold a class wherein you would teach people proper Autobahn driving techniques. Very German question. That the ramming device springs out from the front of your car and paps his car faster. That every curse you're uttering could be broadcast loudly and in stereo inside his vehicle. Psychic Ray of Death spins them off the road where they would be slapped by Mario Andretti, who says, "Give me your license." Okay, this is actually interesting. I don't know how many of you experience road rage. I very much do. I'm relatively calm person when dealing with people. I sometimes rage when I'm playing games, as you guys have noticed, but I do have road rage, and this is the probably from all these answers. This is the most honest one. I very often fantasize that I could say something and broadcast that to the other car. So the number 4 is 100% honest and my answer to this. Because I would in this situation I would just want to yell to that guy that please drive faster. Okay. Typically, you do not endorse violence. However, you could easily pay $1,000 to see the following fights. Oh my goodness, this is a hard. Okay, Jackie Chan versus Jean-Claude Van Damme. Crocodile Dundee versus Tarzan. Already those options are impossible to choose between. Barbie versus Godzilla, the NRA versus Congress, Mike Tyson versus the Incredible Hulk, Bill Gates versus Robocop, your mate versus the defensive line of the Washington Redskins. No, really, I do endorse violence. I love the last answer. Interesting. I would actually pay $1,000 to see Jackie Chan fight Van Damme. Easy choice. During the summer, you generally think, and that's more than you can say for yourself in other seasons. Alright, so think, okay, that's cool. That your children will any day now drive you completely insane and you're close already. That this fashion trend towards less is more is a very good thing. It's too damn hot. Okay, during the summer I generally think it's too damn hot. Because I'm always hot and sweating. So far. There is very little you would not do willingly, except sit in a window seat of a small airplane as you circle in holding pattern for 2 hours, even if the captain assures you that the plane has plenty of fuel and the weather is good. Ever admit that once, just once, you were turned on by a comic book character? Okay, wait a minute. I can admit that. I have been very turned on by a comic book character, okay. So I can do that willingly. Spend a week walking through a desert. I will not disclose the comic book characters I have been turned on by. Week walking through the desert, even if you know that the woman of your dreams would be on the other side. Wait, what? Software development. Okay, I'm confused here. Wait a minute. There's very little you would not do willingly. So I would willingly. Wait, okay, this is now a non-native English problem for me. So I would not do. Wait a minute, what does this mean? That these are the options I would be okay with. But right. So I would do these things willingly. Yeah, double negatives are hard for me. I would probably spend a week walking through a desert, even if you know. No, this is still hard, like, because I would do that, so then that is not my answer. I actually hate sitting in small airplanes. Well, in airplanes in general, because I'm usually so cramped up there in the small seats. Let's go with 3. Okay, that was actually like literally hard question for me to understand. If you were a Major League Baseball player, you would be best known for your accurate pitching, switch hitting, enormous bats, outlandish requests for a bigger salary. I mean, who can really scrape by $1 million a year these days? I used to play Finnish baseball. Finnish baseball, and I was better at hitting than I was at throwing. Finnish baseball is very different from Well, not very different, but quite different from baseball. But let's go with hitting. You are on a commercial jetliner which crashes in a remote mountain range. Half the passengers survive the impact. Fortunately, you are one of them. Being the leader that you are, you gather the survivors and announce that you will lead a team down the mountainside to seek help. Concerned with starvation, declare yourself chef and send a team to see if the heavy-set woman you spotted earlier in first class survived. As the first thing after crashing, that is not something you do. Gather the survivors around the wreckage and light what remains of the fuel tanks. As the fire grows in intensity, you yell repeatedly, "Why prolong it?" Hunt down the bar cart. Finding it intact, you organize one last drunken blowout before everyone freezes to death. Okay, depends on the situation. Actually, finding the bar cart is a pretty good option. In Finnish baseball, you go to sauna and then throw some molotovs. No, that's a different thing. Finnish baseball, what's the difference? You use snowballs instead. Well, the biggest difference is that instead of the pitcher throwing the ball at the batter, the pitcher actually stands next to him, and the ball is thrown into the air. That's you look it up. I would probably gather the survivors, but I would also find the bar carts to have some drinks, because those might help you keep a little bit warm. Let's go with one. Have you answered all these questions to the best of your ability and as honestly as you could? Actually, I did. Actually, I did. You're very sure of yourself. Impressive. Alright, so we'll see what that does, but then let's go to the attributes and portraits. And I absolutely love the fact that I've actually used like 40 minutes on this character creation. This is going to be the base of this game. Okay, so this is now more straightforward. Maximum health, maximum dexterity. For my character, no mechanical. I will go to all the way to 0. Same thing with medical, probably. Explosive as well. Maximum wisdom. Why isn't this changing? It is, okay. Maximum agility. Marksmanship. Well, actually, let's take the leadership there. At least like 75 marksmanship. So maybe something like that. It's 85 wisdom is the most important thing, and the other things I will take care of with the other characters. So while I answered those questions as kinda as myself, here I will just take the best stats. Strength helps me carry things, so other option would be to go with 75 strength and 80 marksmanship from the beginning. But with 85 wisdom, marksmanship increases the most. What's the video about Finnish baseball? I am now confused even more. What a strange game. Yeah, if you compare that to the what I call American baseball, it is very different. Actually, having a little bit more leadership would help my character. I'd rather keep minimum medical to be able to heal in critical situation. That is good point. That is good point. Having that 35. Let me actually see how many points would that be like if I would do it like this, or let's say take dexterity down a bit. No, that's mechanical. My bad. I could even go as low as 70 marksmanship in order to have higher stats in these other ones. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. You can train medical a bit on the spot while resting. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Because the I.M.P is the most long-term character we'll have. I am playing Stracciatella, but basically 1.13. As close to vanilla as possible, but with high resolution from Stracciatella. Yes, I have said. Portraits. I think not. I don't know why, but not for a single playthrough. Sometimes I have put custom portraits, but I don't think I've done a single playthrough not playing with this portrait if I've created a male character. I don't know why. This guy just looks like a badass. This guy as well, but more to my liking for some reason, just this guy. Every time. So let's go with that.
Time for the enemy to say its prayers.
Nope.
We have some inconveniences to dispose of.
Pretty good.
Time to take out the trash. Time for the enemy to...
We have some inconveniences to
Time to take out the trash.
I don't like any of this too much.
We have some inconveniences to dispose of.
Time to take
but
out
I think
the
number
trash.
3. I think that is my character. We will wait a minute, can I see the stats? Oh no, I will get it here a little bit later. So that was my first character. And then we will see who is available. Actually, just before I go to that, I will no. I did not mean the history. I will be looking. I actually forgot where it is here. No, those things were added by the mods. Never mind the history of Jagged Alliance. Anyway, let's we'll later on get Mercs here, but let's go to the aim. And which mercenaries? No, this was the history I was talking about. So I'll be looking at these a little bit later. We know the history because we played Jagged Alliance 1 and Deadly Games, but I'll look at these at some point, but I will not do that now. And also I think we have the alumni. So basically, these guys are not in the game, and it's also explains why they are not in the game. So we see some very familiar names, including Sparky. Okay, but who is available is somewhat random, so let's see who we have. Sorting by price is good. And we can also see that the faces look quite a bit different for many of them, but we see familiar names: Gus, Magic, Scope, Ivan, Wolf, Malice, Hitman. But we also see that they actually look quite a bit different compared to the old pixel graphics. And in this one, the contract is made with 1 day, 1 week or 2 weeks. And you also have to sometimes do medical deposits. And the gear is optional, but it also costs money. If we are going to go with as I will, for the most part I will go with the rule I set for myself at the beginning of Jagged Alliance 1, so whoever died in the previous games will not be hired in this one. Sadly, that means ice. I did do some saves coming, so I don't know, is that really a good policy to follow? But at least in the beginning we will not be hiring ice. So those who died were Ice, Hector, Elio, of course, but wait a minute, did Wolf die? I'm actually forgetting now. Hector and Ice and yeah, no, Wolf didn't. No. Snake, Ice, and Hector, and Elio. Okay. So, one of my favorite Mercs are Buns and Barry for their wisdom. Hitman is really good as well. And also there's a whole lot more Mercs in the 1.13 mod. Okay, we are playing on experience, so we have about 30,000. Meltdown and Steven is a nice combo. It is. But yeah, one of my favorites are the ones with really high wisdom, including MD. MD, and I think Barry has a high wisdom as well. Buns. And Danny is a little bit more expensive. This is also very good. Also has high wisdom. And then we have the question of like how long of a contract we actually do. I think I will get at least Buns and Barry. Because Buns will level up marksmanship to like 99 as the game goes on. I think I'll hire her for 1 week. Yeah, let's start with that.
This is Monica Sondergaard. Who am I speaking with? And what are your specific needs in regards to duration?
So that's 1/4 of my monies. So let's go with that.
You've got yourself a deal. You won't regret it.
And let's get MD as well. For 1 week. Yeah.
Michael Dawson, MD. How long a contract is this going to be?
MD could be hired for 2 weeks, but I think I will go for 1 week.
I know I'm a little
guys.
green as far as field work, but just put a scalpel in my hand and watch my smoke. You got
Let's
it.
go with this.
I'll be there with bells on.
Okay. Then it's a little bit on. Like I find Barry really good in the beginning because of the if we need any explosives. He can also do a little bit, like he's kind of a jack of all trades in a way, and quite cheap. Quite cheap, and like Igor is Ivan's brother. He's kind of the budget man for shooting, has a decent wisdom. I have to think about a little bit about the money. I don't think I can afford Danny yet. But he's like the... I will hire him a little bit later as a good medic. Has a quite poor marksmanship, but he will train that very fast, but we can't quite afford him just yet. Also, one thing that we can do is hire for example Gus for 1 day, if we could spare almost 10,000 so that we could get the weapon. Very valid strategy. And also make the first day go really well. Same thing with well, Gus is probably the best option if you want to buy a gun. But that's kind of how much you value that gun, but you get it a whole lot earlier than you do otherwise. So Hitman for a week would be like 8,500. Grizzly is decent as well, kinda on the cheap side. Dr. Q is also someone who will grow very well because of the wisdom, but I don't think I need him just yet. So MD is basically our medic for now. Meltdown is also really good in the beginning, has a decent wisdom and can shoot at least a little bit. Yeah, that's one problem with the 113 counterattack to Drasen. That's because you know it's coming. You can make your game way too easy by taking that and just killing the counterattack and taking all the weapons. That's why actually when I play with 113 I almost always have the Drasen counterattack disabled, because while it's very cool event, you get too much loot when you know it's coming. I think I will take Barry. He will, if I keep him alive, he will train to be a decent one, and he comes with locksmith kits. So yeah, let's get Barry as well. And
How long you want me to work?
For 1 week.
We have reached simultaneous agreement.
Oh, sorry, Barry. I should have listened for a little bit longer. So that makes 4 of us. You know, if you don't have really, well, in the beginning you don't really have really good guys unless you like hire only one. Really one, but we will get Ira. Just thinking, do I? I'm actually considering that I would. No, I think with well, we will get the medical back. So basically, you could think that it's like. No, but I actually can't even afford gas. Okay, I can't do the G41 trick. So Hitman, Steroid. Steroid is actually pretty decent for the beginning. He doesn't improve much, but he's like an actual decent shot. He's a little bit slow for my liking, but he's like alright. I usually play through the game with your first team. You get so attached. That is one of the things here. Also one of the reasons why I value the high wisdom ones. But one great thing about this game is, compared to Jagged Alliance 1 and Deadly Games, is that in this one you can actually hire much more of these guys. Instead of having the 6 or 8 member squad, you can actually hire. Is it 18? A lot anyway, if you can afford. Hitman would be 8,000. 8,000 if I get. Because Dr. Q will very fast get into like 70 marksmanship, even 80. If I keep him along, he's a little bit more on the not expensive side, but more expensive. And also medics are very valuable in the beginning. Dr. Q's salary is currently under review. Interesting. Big decisions here early on. Because yeah, I wasn't really planning anything about this playthrough. So I'm also thinking of doing things a little bit different from what I remember. As I said, from the last full playthrough, I think I have almost 12 or 13 years. Grizzly is very good. Also, he's reasonably cheap, and he can actually shoot a little bit in the first days. I think at least Buns will be one that is actually like decent shot and also will improve quite quickly. But let's browse through all of these like really quickly here. So let's go from the end. So we have Bull. So going from the cheapest ones. Igor is. I remember almost always starting with Igor. Almost always. So I kind of like, because in this game you can't really afford Ivan in the beginning, and of course Ivan was such a powerhouse in 1 and Deadly Games. We already got Barry. From the budget choices, I'm leaning towards Grizzly, because he can actually shoot reasonably well. Grunty is on assignment. He's kinda similar to Grizzly. Actually very similar. Yeah, actually Grunty is quite a bit better than Grizzly is. They are very similar. Grizzly is strong. Grizzly is strong, so there's that. Fox is just like she was in the previous games, really dexterous and fast. Can shoot, but she's more of a medic. Meltdown is a good option in the beginning as well. Reasonably fast, can do a little bit of everything, but can shoot. So definitely an option. Steroid can shoot in the beginning, has high health. Not so fast because of a quite low agility and dexterity. Spider is very good because of her wisdom. So a lot of the high medical ones have high wisdom as well. Blood. Yeah, he's what I like about Blood is that he's kind of very balanced stats-wise and has like overall good stats, but his wisdom is a little bit low, or like he won't develop as much. I don't remember using red much. I don't know why. He's really good explosives guy. Okay. Hitman is a very good shot as well. Like overall, his stats are not quite as good as they were in 1 and 2 in comparison, but he's still alright. Experience level 4 is very good. We have Malice. We know from Deadly Games. Then we have Dr. Q, who will improve very fast, so we'll probably get him later. Wolf is the man of all trades, just like he was in the previous games. Danny is amazing as far as the high wisdom goes, and he has really good stats. And because he will train his marksmanship over time, I think I will hire Danny as soon as I can afford. Ice, I will for now go with my rule that Ice is dead from Deadly Games. So he'll be in memoriam. Might hire, maybe Ice will make a miracle return at towards the end of the campaign or in the middle or something, but let's not start with Ice. Fidel actually looks quite a bit different from the first games. Still very good explosives guy. Nails, decent mechanical / explosives guy. Clifford actually kind of falls behind many of the other medics in this game, I feel. Very high wisdom, so again very good, but also we are starting to get into more expensive guys. For someone like Thor and such. Raven is amazing shot. And also I think she has the night vision trait or something. We have Buzz, really good shot, really high wisdom. I think Buzz is also much more expensive in this game than she was in the Deadly Games. But I think that she's also quite a bit better in this game because of the high wisdom. Raider, not my favorite. I think Raider falls behind many other characters, but Raider has leadership, so that's what's going for him. So he's like the militia trainer guy. Sydney, good shot as well. Little bit on the expensive side, but if we need a good shot, we might hire him. Victoria, very good mechanic. I like her a lot. Could be a little bit faster. Then we have Len, kind of a jack of all trades, just like Wolf. Comes with a good rifle. Are you going to complete quests only with I.M.P in order to prevent leveling on name characters, therefore they don't get more expensive? No, I'm not gonna. I'm just going to play. I'm not going to look like do any kind of think about the game mechanics and do stuff because of that. So, for example, I will not like on purpose grind and train some guys by doing certain things. Static is a great mechanic. Comes with a shotgun. One of the best mechanics in the game, especially with the wisdom, actually can be a really good shot. So I remember using him a lot because of the kind of balance between mechanical and explosives, because he can kind of do everything that matters as long as you're a medic. We have Lynx. I don't know why they are calling him Lynx-eyed. Why is not just Lynx? But anyway, Mr. 99. Scope's marksmanship has gone down. It is no longer 100 like it was in Deadly Games. But obviously very good shot. Ivan, no introductions needed. The best Merc in Jagged Alliance 1, the best Merc in Jagged Alliance Deadly Games. In this one, very good. Shadow, very good character in this one. Reaper, also, but again, these guys are so expensive that we won't be seeing them in a while. Then we have Sully, Magic, and Gus. How long you stream today? At least 6 hours, but then after 6 hours I will see what I do. And as you guys can see, I'm kinda on purpose maybe taking things like very slowly. I'm taking this game in. I have not like for reals played this for 12 years. For the last 10 years I've more or less tested it every now and then and thought that is this the right time to actually let's play this. So I'm already I have been playing for a little bit over an hour and 15 minutes or something, and I'm already thinking that I don't want this to be over. So luckily this is a long game. Okay. I am leaning towards getting Grizzly. And then on the other hand, if I was Buns able to... Yeah, Buns has a little bit of medical as well, so that's kind of fine. Hmm, 15,000. Six hours sounds great, because I'll be gone for 2 hours, hoping I don't miss much. Zemalf probably still in Merc hiring mode after you get back. Indeed. Let's get Grizzly. Let's get Grizzly for a week.
Yeah, what do you want? You bring the brain, I'll bring the brawn, you know.
I forgot that you need to wait a little bit to get all their lines here.
How long we talking about here?
Let's go for a week.
Excellent.
So I still have 10,000. Will I save a little bit of money so that I can possibly order something from Bobby's right away? With five Mercs, we can definitely take at least up to the airport easily. Well, not easily, but we can take the airport. Hmm. 10,000. There isn't much to buy early on. No, there's not. But for example, things like if you want an early toolkit to repair things, that's like what comes in mind. I think for the starters, I mean, if I start hiring more, then I will not have the finances, because I can always hire someone on the second day. If I would take Dr. Q, he does level up fast. He would be 85 now. And he gets to decent marksmanship quite early as well. I think I will hire him. He is expensive though, but he's also a very good medic. Man, I should have spent a little bit time on this. So because this is now I'm having a hard time deciding. Like you have to go quite high before you actually get like really high leadership. I think Hitman is good in that sense. He has like over 50 leadership. I can't quite afford Thor, but he would be really good as well. We might get him later so that he can actually help us train the militia. The only thing I'm thinking about that if I get someone like Dr. Q now, he would be leveling up a whole lot more. That's why I kind of I don't like Fox as much in this game as I liked her in the other games. While she's still fast, she doesn't really level up her stats that much. Fox does have a great voice. That is true. That is very true, Yorick.
The fox is listening.
They actually amped the...
Don't let my looks deceive you. While I take care of myself, I'm also quite capable of taking care of others, too.
She's such a flirt, but they amped flirts in this game even higher. Even higher than in the first games. Okay, I will... My initial thing was to get Dr. Q, so I will. Let's go with that.
Dr. Q Huang speaking. I'm prepared to offer you several alternatives.
So let's go
the
with this.
arrangement is mutually beneficial. I agree to the terms.
So that is our team. Yeah. I think it tells a lot about this game and this playthrough that I just spent an hour and a half in the psychological profiling for my character and then hiring the Mercs. So yes, we are now in the strategic map here. So very first thing I will do is to save the game. I love the typing noises here, by the way. All right. Let's. I did not check how my character turned out to be. So we got auto weapons and ambidextrous. Actually, not bad. If I had actually made like choices without answering them as myself, not myself, but as myself, those are actually pretty good skills. So I can, for example, wield two guns, and I will not get the penalties for that. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be pretty good. But since I did take that much time, I think this is a good moment for us to take our first break. just as we getting started in this. So we can go into the actual turn-based tactics. Kinda sad to see you are the highest leadership with 35. The high leadership guys are expensive, but actually Buns is still a decent militia trainer, and Ira, who we will get in Omerta, has the teacher trait. So we can go for that. First break before starting? What do you mean? We have very much played the game already, very important part of the game. We are enjoying Jagged Alliance 2 for the fullest. But yes, let's have a break, and then we go into the actual combats. So and also, if you watch this up to this point on YouTube all the way through the part 1, I know you are my kind of watcher, that you like this slow-paced style. So I hope to see you in the part 2. And you guys here on Twitch, I will see you in about let's say 5-ish minutes.